Inside an iPhone factory in China. Hello and welcome to our channel, where we delve into the most pressing topics in the tech world today. I'm your host, and in this episode, we're turning our lens on a subject that's as controversial as it is important. Apple's manufacturing practices and the ethical implications behind the screens we use every day. From the bustling factory floors in China to the global impact of Apple's decisions, we're uncovering the layers of a story that affects millions. So, sit back, hit the subscribe button, and join us on this enlightening journey into the world of technology, ethics, and the future of manufacturing. Apple and allegations of child labor. It was recently revealed that Apple, the world's most valuable company and an icon of progressive values, brushed aside allegations of child labor within its key Chinese supply chain. A major Apple supplier, Suyin Electronics, reportedly employed workers as young as 14 to meet the high demand for Apple products in the West. Despite these allegations, Apple continued its association with Suyin for several months, if not years. Inside an iPhone factory. Understanding Apple's operations in China is crucial. The factories that produce Apple products in China are not directly owned by Apple. Instead, manufacturing is subcontracted to Foxconn Technology Group. Founded by Taiwanese businessman Terry Gu, Foxconn is the largest employer in China, with about 1.3 million employees in 2018. It manufactures electronics for various companies, including Samsung and HP, but is most renowned for producing Apple's iPhones. The Zhengzhou Foxconn plant. The largest production site for iPhones is in Zhengzhou, a city in Hunan province. Locally known as iPhone City, this plant employs up to 350,000 workers, especially during peak periods before new iPhone releases. Here, workers live in dormitories and perform around 400 discrete tasks, often repeating the same action day after day. The work ranges from intricate tasks like soldering to mundane ones like fitting screws, recruitment, and working conditions. In 2017, an NYU student, Dejian Zheng, went undercover for 6 months at the Zhengzhou plant. The hiring process was straightforward, requiring identification and a simple English test. Zheng described the work as monotonous and tiring, with mandatory overtime. The Chinese government reportedly assists in recruitment during peak periods, and the workforce typically ranges from ages 18 to 25. With interns as young as 16. Conditions are challenging, with up to 8 workers sharing a room and limited bathroom facilities. Life at the factory, workers endure 6-day work weeks and have limited contact with their families. The most common complaint is boredom, leading to high staff turnover. Despite this, some workers find the conditions comparable to other Chinese factories. Serious allegations and future prospects. There have been darker allegations against Apple, such as the use of forced Uyghur labor in manufacturing. While not directly linked to the Zhengzhou facility, these claims raise significant ethical concerns. As China's labor costs rise, Apple may shift its manufacturing to other regions. Automation is also becoming more prevalent, with robots increasingly used on production lines. Apple's future manufacturing practices will be a test of its commitment to ethical labor standards. Corporate responsibility and industry standards. Apple's situation underscores the broader responsibility of corporations in setting industry standards. As a market leader, Apple's policies and practices can influence the entire tech industry, potentially leading to more ethical labor practices across the sector. The company's actions in addressing labor concerns can serve as a benchmark for other companies, promoting a shift towards more sustainable and humane manufacturing methods. Innovations in sustainable manufacturing. The evolving landscape of manufacturing presents opportunities for innovation in sustainability. Companies like Apple are increasingly exploring ways to reduce their environmental footprint, from sourcing materials responsibly to implementing more energy-efficient production methods. These innovations not only benefit the environment but also set new standards for what is possible in sustainable manufacturing. The role of government and international bodies. Government and international bodies play a crucial role in regulating and overseeing corporate practices. Their involvement is essential in ensuring that companies adhere to labor laws and environmental regulations. By setting clear guidelines and enforcing accountability, these bodies can help ensure that companies like Apple maintain ethical standards in their manufacturing processes. Consumer awareness and demand for ethical products. Finally, consumer awareness and demand play a pivotal role in shaping corporate policies. As consumers become more informed about the origins of the products they purchase, they are increasingly demanding ethical and sustainable practices from companies. This shift in consumer sentiment can drive companies like Apple to prioritize ethical manufacturing, not only as a moral obligation but also as a business imperative. Apple's manufacturing processes and labor practices will be crucial in determining whether the company can align its operations with its public image as a progressive, ethical corporation. The future will tell if Apple can ensure fair labor practices across its supply chain while maintaining its status as a leading technology company. The question remains whether consumer demands and competitive pricing will continue to overshadow the need for ethical manufacturing practices. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive. We've journeyed through the intricate world of Apple's manufacturing practices, seen the impact on local communities and economies, and explored the future of sustainable manufacturing. This episode sheds light on the pivotal role companies like Apple play in shaping industry standards and the importance of our choices as consumers. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If you found this episode insightful, give us a like and hit the subscribe button for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep pushing for a more ethical tech world.